What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a twisted day planned for you today. We're going to take the Royal Enfield Himalayan and see how she performs on the twisty, curvy roads that are so prevalent here in East Central Ohio. Literally, from here to the Ohio River are some of the most beautiful hill country, twisty, curvy roads, and right now, fall foliage colors that are just absolutely stunning. It's going to be a blast, so stay tuned. I'll tell you, look at these colors. Yeah, this is a really cool road. It's literally 10 miles from my house, and it's just stunning. The name is Flint Ridge, and it's famous for having a Native American mine right on it. In other words, the Native Americans used to do these open pit mining for flint, and that we used to make for tools and that type of stuff. So it's a really cool, historical and beautiful road, and it's very nice and slight. The curves aren't like tight that you're going to get in a canyon out in California or places like that. It's not going to be like the triple nickel down in southeastern Ohio, or it's not going to be like the Tail of the Dragon. But what it does is offer some really nice sloping, curving roads with some gorgeous scenery. And the Himalayan, we'll see how she handles it. I mean, this bike is so easy to throw around as it is, and I think this is a good test for it to see what kind of curves she can actually handle. There's some pretty sharp ones, but yet it's not over the top sharp like you get down on the triple nickel or the Tail of the Dragon. But it's still a fun road. You see the wet spots there in the road, but luckily it's fairly warm today. We're going to be a high of 75, so wow. It went from 30s to 70s again, and that's pretty cool for me. I like that. I don't really mind the cold temperature. I am a Yankee. But what I do love, though, is riding my motorcycle this time of year. Just a light jacket on. I've got the vents open on my HWK textile jacket, and we're just checking out how the Himalayan handles the corners. And like I said, she just kind of dives right into them and eases back out of them. It's got enough torque, even in 5th gear, that you don't really have to pull too hard to get through the corners. I do like to load the clutch up a little bit. That way I've got power to the wheel the way exactly I want it. And I do like to do a little bit of trail braking as well too. But like this corner right here is a 35-mile-an-hour sloping corner, so it's not really that bad. But you can see this bike just loves cornering, and I just love doing it with it. Yeah, these long sloping hills, nice sloping corners, the bike just absolutely loves diving down in it. The only thing you would really want to worry about is just if you're on a blind hill this time of year, not with your speed or the handling of the bike, is deer. Whoa, and that bug just whacked me in the head. I don't know if you saw that. It just jumped down into there after it hit me. I think we got a lot of stink bugs, and for some reason they're just everywhere this year. I mean, they are everywhere. And I just whacked one right in the face. That's nice. I don't know if you heard it. I was talking to somebody today from Licking County down at the LCATS Center, and he was asking me, you know, he has a scooter right now and wants to get something, and I was telling him this is basically like a big fast scooter. It does ride exceptionally well and exceptionally light. It steers light for its size. I mean, it is 411 cc's. That's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, a lot of kids, guys when they're younger, had 350 Hondas when I was a kid, so this is bigger than that. But it does ride lighter than what it is, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's so much fun, because it does ride light. It steers and handles light. It doesn't overwhelm you in the corners. Does great off-road, and these back roads like this too. But you can see getting into the corner real nice and neat here. I mean, it's just so easy. Just sweeps and swings. Just so much fun, I'll tell you. Yeah, this bike is just a lot of fun. That's the best thing I can explain to you. It's fun. You know, you can say it's inexpensive, you can say it's fuel efficient. I'm getting about 65 to 70 miles a gallon out of it. We're going to go through this tunnel here one more time. Not much of a brap star on this one. Can't really get a whole lot of revs out of the engine, but as far as doing the corners, it's perfect. Loud, not so much. It just does a nice job, like I said, cutting into the corners. I really want to take this down to the triple nickel here in the next couple weeks. See how she rides it down there, because there's a lot of blind curves, and you know, you got to be prepared for any situation. You can come up over the top of a hill and it makes it dive down to the right or the left, and you got to be on top of it. But they're usually banked pretty well and the roads are in pretty good shape. They don't give you much notice on the corners though, so you have to be ever vigilant, just like you should be anytime on a motorcycle. Ever vigilant and never outrun your ability to see. You can only learned this a long time ago when I was riding. I never took any of the classes. I kind of wish I did, because I know I have probably some poor riding mistakes that I've been doing for 45 years, and you know, so there's a part of me that says, man, I really wish I would have taken one of those MFS courses, you know, motorcycle safety courses, but you know, I never did. I just learned how to ride in the dirt and then took it to the street. But what I was getting at was, you know, when I learned a long time ago is you got to be able to stop at the distance of where you can see. In other words, if you can't see, you better be able to stop in that distance of where you cannot see anymore. If not, especially here in Ohio, we have a tremendous number of white-tailed deer, and they love to, this time of year in particular, we're getting ready to go into the crazy season, and they love to come out and say hello. They love to talk to cars, usually head on. But yeah, like I said, this bike just loves getting down into the corners, and just, oh, it's just so much fun. Just so much fun. A little bit of trail braking, load up that front end. Oh yeah, I mean it. And again, look at the beautiful scenery we got here. There's nothing better than fall riding in Ohio, or anywhere, to be honest with you, but especially Ohio, where you've got these beautiful sloping rolling hills, going by a pretty little creek, got some curvy roads, scenery, and a motorcycle that just dearly loves to do this. What else can I say? Just dearly loves to do this. You know, it's one of the reasons why I ride this bike a lot, and I know for a fact I ride this bike more than any other bike except for my Road King. And it's because it gives me so much entertainment and so much fun. And like I said, I wish this car wasn't ahead of me, but it's going to slow me down a little bit. But I'll tell you, it just really loves these corners. I mean, just loves them. See, that guy went wide. He went off into the gravel. So I'm going to let him get ahead of me, so I'm going to slow down and take it nice and easy, even though it's some pretty curves up here, because I want to enjoy the ride, and I can't behind him. Maybe I'll even pull over for a second. I think I'll do that. Be right back. Yeah, hopefully he's far enough ahead of me now. We'll probably catch him, but again, this isn't a race bike. It's not a sport bike. I know the guys on the sport bikes can handle these corners a lot better than I can. But for me, this is the best handling bike I have. And it, like I said, it just dearly loves to get down and dirty, baby. It loves it. Oh man, look, wow. You know, if it was sunny it'd be even prettier, but right now this is just, all I can say is wow. Got a smile on my face, riding a fantastic motorcycle, enjoying going into the corners, and looking at some beautiful colors. I hope the camera really comes out well today. I'm not sure how it'll turn out in the cloudy weather, but it's just beautiful. And like I said, this bike loves the corners. And you know, I was wondering when I got it, I'd never ridden an ADV bike before, and I wasn't sure, since it's so tall, how it would trail brake. This bike here has a low seat height compared to like a Tiger or compared to like a KLR or anything like that. And so it really does trail brake really nice, like a Sportster or like some of the other, like the Triumphs I used to handle it, because of the fact that I feel like I'm sitting in it, not on it. And that reason alone gives me the ability to, you know, to grip the tank with my legs, or the frame, or whatever you want to call it. And then you know, I can load up that front end a little bit going into a corner, and then ease it way out when I'm coming out of it. I don't have to do it all the time because it does handle so well, but there are times when I'm going faster than probably I should, and then I hit the front brake just a little bit, just kind of ease onto it, and apply a little bit of rear brake as well too. I use both front and back for trail braking, but mostly the front to load up that front end, because I want that front end to grip good. Like right here, I mean, I don't really have to. The car's ahead of me again. I caught up to him and I gave him 5 minutes. Come on. But you know, it does load up nice. And like I said, I'm not sure if all adventure bikes do that. If they do, you know, you guys have got a lot of time on adventure bikes, put that in the comments, let me know. But as far as this thing just getting down in fun in the corners, it does. There's that covered bridge that we talk about all the time, because this is a beautiful road. Oh man, come on guy, you're killing me, dude. What they say, you're killing me, Smalls. But he's just enjoying his day too. He's got as much right to be out here as I do, so we'll just back down a little bit and wait till he gets ahead. Let's see if we gave it enough time. I love seeing signs like that. Like I say, she loves corners. That may be the biggest plus on this bike, is the fact that how easy it is to lean, how easy it is to handle corners. I mean, it's got great tires for this as well too. And I mean, that's probably the biggest plus of the Himalayan. It's just very easy to control. You feel like you're always in control every second of the day. And that, I'm not saying you don't in other motorcycles, it's just, this feels like it's part of you. And that is a huge plus for me. Like I said, over and over. I mean, now this is going to be not as well-maintained road here, but it should have some decent corners. I won't be able to go as fast as I was back on those other roads, but it will give me the opportunity to see how she handles in some of the more unknown situations, because I have literally never been on this road before. Don't even know if it's got a lot of curves on it. We shall find out together. But that's the beauty of the Himalayan. You don't need to have perfectly paved roads. But we're on another road that I've been on before, because that road connected these two. And it's got some curves on it. Not as good as that last one we were on, but they are fun nonetheless. And like I say, here in the East Central Ohio with the rolling hills, it's not all up and down. It's sloping up, rolling down around, flatland a little bit, sloping up. And it's a great place, particularly if you've not got a lot of experience on corners. It's a great place to learn how to ride curvy roads, or twisties as they say, because it gives you the ability to, you know, not have those highly technical corners that you're going to have on the Tail of the Dragon or even the Triple Nickel, but they're going to be nice and sloping and will help you learn how to handle it before you get to the real aggressive, highly technical cornering, which I love to do too. But this gives you an idea of, and you know, you got to get used to the bike too. That's a big thing. If you just hop on it and ride, you don't know the bike's limitations for a while. No matter how much you've been riding. Like, I've been riding over 45 years, and to say that I can jump on any bike and go anywhere is kind of BS, because you really have to learn how the bike handles, how it behaves, how it gets into the corners, how it what the lean angle is, where you start to lose traction or keep traction, how well the front end loads up when you put the brakes on in a hard corner, when you're doing trail braking, things of that nature, how the back brakes work, how they work in conjunction when you're going in a heavy corner, you know, how you downshift, how much torque is there to pull you out of that curve. So it's all factors you have to be aware of. And sloping corners that I've been on today, I mean, there's been some really nice ones, but you know, fairly technical, but most of them have been nice and slopey to give you an idea of what the bike is used to, or what a bike is capable of doing. So yeah, it's been a good lesson on this bike. I mean, I ride it a lot, but you know, I don't ride it specifically chasing corners. I ride it pretty much every day for everyday use, and it's a blast for all that. You know, my daughter and my wife took the MSS together, the motorcycle safety courses together, and I mentioned earlier that I really kind of wish I did. And if they had an advanced course, I'm not too proud to say I wouldn't mind trying to do that, because I'm sure I can pick up something. You should never be afraid to learn, and I think that's one of the biggest mistakes. A lot, particularly bikers in my age group, and especially Harley riders. They think they know it all, and that's a shame, because we don't. Now this here's kind of a what I call a backcountry road, and it's got a lot of sharp corners on it. I know this road because it's literally within a couple miles of my house, and we live, obviously, like I've mentioned before in several of the videos, out in the country pretty far, and it's a great road. There's not a lot of gravel on it, but you should be aware that there could be. I mean, you get a good rain and stuff washes down out of driveways, or off the side of a hill or something like that. You could have some stuff in the road, like the walnuts I'm going over right now. But again, it's still a fun road, and you can get into the corners nice. You're not going to be doing 60 mile an hour on this road. Number one, it's not the speed limit, but number two, it isn't made for that. I mean, this road is built for 35 to 45 miles an hour maximum. And like I say, and some of the corners are kind of gravelly, so you have to watch. And there's on this particular road, there's a couple switchbacks, because like I say, I'm a hillbilly. I live in the hills. My garage, which we're going to do I thought I'd do a video in the future here of all the bikes we have and line them up, but our garage is if it's a straight line, is actually higher than our roof of our house. Because we live in the hills. And then the backyard is even higher than the garage. Cool, eh? got to watch out for leaves and rain. This stuff does get a little slippery. I'm not as worried about it on the Himalayan as I would be on a Harley, but that stuff does get slippery, and it becomes what we call leaf ice. But you can kind of get a feel for the curviness here, this, you know, like I say, and how this bike is able to go into the corners pretty nice. This may be the best test because it's not the best road, and it's got a tremendous number of curves on it, and they're not high-speed curves. I mean, you're not going to get into this thing at 80 miles an hour. It just ain't going to happen. You end up in the ditch. Well, I really hope you enjoyed the video today. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notifications, that way you know whenever I release a new video. Make sure you share. In fact, I have a challenge for you. I'd like to have you share with at least 5 of your friends who ride motorcycles and ask them to subscribe. We want to make 1,000 subscribers before the end of November. That's a big challenge for me. I don't know if I can do it, but I can with your help. And make sure you comment. You know, I read all the comments and comment on as many comments as I possibly can. Until next time, ride safe and keep her on 2 wheels, baby.